Hi there, Stampin' friends. I'm Mary Knabe, coming to you live from my Stampin' Piece studio in Westerville, Ohio. Today is Thursday, July 10th, and I have a great project to show you. Oops, let me make sure I'm in the right place here. Had some technical difficulties trying to get on. Okay, I am good in the right place. There we go. So welcome. If you are joining me for the first time, please share that in the comments and let me know where you're joining from. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you. I appreciate your support and I appreciate you being a follower and viewer. Today, I'm going to show you how to make 9 gift card holders quickly and easily, and they are definitely going to be a wow because I'm using the green and gold, Season of Green and Gold designer series paper today. But these are not just for holidays. They can be used for birthdays, retirement, anniversaries, whatever. Before that, I want to give a shout out to Nadine Scouten, who sent me this card, and she had a really nice message inside. Never forget you are someone special. So, made me a little teary when I read that. And then this one is a thank you from one of my team members, Holly Cordelieu, and just thanking me for a good team event. She had fun. She knew I put a lot of effort and time into the planning and prep, and it's always nice to get a thank you card and feel appreciated. If you were not with me on Tuesday, I did a version of the stack, slice, and shuffle technique, and I used the Seasons of Green and Gold designer series paper, 3 patterns there. And to show that this DSP is very versatile, I used it to make birthday cards. And the sentiment came from the Everyday Greetings stamp set, which is an online exclusive. So, and it's new. It just came out last week. So check it out. It's a really great general sentiment stamp set, and you can do a lot of mixing and matching in there. I love it. So let me flip my camera around because I want to get started with you right away. While I'm flipping my camera, would you please share this live video and invite others to join us on this July 10th afternoon? Alrighty. I should tell you that I am going to be going on a girls' trip this weekend. Myself and 4 other friends are going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for just a quick weekend trip. So I may be unplugging, probably not 100%, but probably about 90% being unplugged. So if you try to reach me for one reason or another, please be patient, and I will try to get back to you sometime this weekend, but it might even be like Sunday evening, Monday morning. Okay, I just like to fill people in when I know I'm going to be gone. So we are going to make 9 quick and easy gift card holders. And you could easily make these cards instead of gift card holders, but I'm going to show you, I did a lot of prep. I've already got 7 of the card bases ready, but I'm going to show you how to score and cut those. I've got a full sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper. I've got, these are for the insides of my gift cards. I've got 9 of these, and these are 4-inch squares. Okay, 4-inch squares. And then I have this gold metallic foil paper, just because it coordinates so nicely with the gold, the shiny gold in this paper. I'm not sure how well you can see that. But these are 4 inches by 1 inch. Okay, 4 inch by 1 inch. And that is really all of the paper cardstock you need to make these 9 gift card holders. So the first thing I want to do is show you how to score and cut the bases. You know, I often say, if you're going to make 1 card, you might as well make 2. Just as easy to make 2 as it is to make 1. And for this, I need 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So I've got my standard size cardstock, 8 1/2 by 11 inches, and I'm going to score it first. So I'm going to put it in the horizontal position and score at 5 1/2 inches. Then I'm going to turn it and score at 4 1/4 inches. Oftentimes we do the opposite. Score at 4 1/4, turn, and cut at 5 1/2. Today, I want long vertical pieces. So now I've got my 2 card bases, okay? Now I need another fold in there. If I'm just making cards, these are perfect. But because I'm making a gift card holder, I need another score line to create the pocket. So I could have, before I cut it, I could have just lined it up and scored at 1 1/4 inches, okay? And then still make just 1 cut. So I would have scored it 5 1/2 and 1 1/4. If it's easier for you to cut and just score 1 at a time, go ahead and do that. But you want, okay, so 5 1/2 and 1 1/4. Or turn it this way, 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. But either way, this is going to be your front, and this flap will get folded underneath, okay? I usually score the sheet of cardstock, both lines, and then cut once. But I like to show it the other way so you can see how to do it, and you choose the way that's most comfortable for you. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut my DSP. And then we'll be ready to put these together. So again, I'm starting with a full 12 inch by 12 inch piece of pattern paper. This is from the Seasons of Green and Gold Suite, which is an online exclusive. It's not in any catalog or Stampin' Up! Publication. You can only see it online. I'm going to cut it 4 inches. And then cut another at 4 inches. And I always like to measure the last one. It should work out to be 4 inches, right? But every once in a while, maybe their machine is a little off or something. So I just don't want to I want to make sure it's not any smaller, larger that I need to cut down. So then I'm going to stack these. If you have the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, you will be able to cut 3 sheets of DSP at one time. If you have another brand of paper cutter, try 1, then try 2. See how your paper cutter does. I can only speak for the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer because that's what I use. But you can see it cuts through 3 layers of DSP real easily. And now I'm ready to start putting these together. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold them in half. And yes, I could burnish both score lines at the same time, but I tend to do it like this, sort of assembly line style, meaning I repeat the same step over and over and over through the whole stack and then move on to the next. I find using the assembly line strategy it makes me more time efficient, have less mistakes, or I'm not forgetting to do a step, that sort of thing. So when you're making lots of cards, keep that in mind. Some people do like to do one complete card and finish it and then move on to the second. Whatever is your preference, but I just find that I work more efficiently this way. So then I'm going to adhere my designer series paper. And you'll see how quickly this goes, especially because I prepped all my pieces ahead of time, right? I had my card bases ready. I have the insides ready. I have the second, whether it would be a second print or second color. I'm using gold foil. I had those 4" by 1" pieces ready. And you typically want to do that also when you are creating a stack of cards. Where's everybody watching from today? Kathy, you're in Northeast Ohio. I do remember that. Any others from Ohio? Other parts of Ohio? Arkansas, Highland, Virginia, Westchester. Okay. I used to live in Mason, Jessica. Well, actually, I lived in Liberty Township, then Mason. Kentucky, Mary Lou, I remember. Ontario, Lafayette, Indiana. Awesome. I always just find it interesting to see where people are and where they're watching from and that kind of thing. Oh, Fran, you and your Mary went to Dog and Suds last weekend. You know, we've talked about this. That was one of my favorite places. We lived in Lafayette, Indiana, where Fran's family lives. We lived there for 1 year, and one of our kids were pretty young, 3rd grade and preschooler. And one place we loved to frequent was a root beer coney stand, I'll say, hot dogs, hamburgers, that sort of thing. Had root beer floats, but it was called Dog and Suds. And my littlest one, who would have been 3 when we moved there, always called it Dog and Sluds. Dog and Sluds. But we talk about that place so often. It comes up in family conversation. So fun. The next thing I'm going to do is burnish that second score line. And this is what will create the pocket of our gift card holders. It's not a real deep pocket. That's okay. It will hold a gift card. You could even tuck some cash in, but that gift card and cash will stick out. So you don't ever have to worry that somebody's going to miss it. Or it falls out of the card into the envelope and they don't see it. That will keep it tucked inside the card, but also leave it sticking out so it is clearly visible to the recipient. Oh, Linda, yes, we will be at the same retreat in September in Oak Harbor. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. When I went to that retreat last year, Linda and I pulled up to next to each other in the parking area. And so we met before we even made it inside to the retreat, which was kind of fun. So I always remember you that way, Linda. You were the first new friend I made at that retreat. So as you can see, I'm just using a very thin line of glue on the top and bottom of that small flap, and I'm adhering it to the inside. So again, just a little bit of adhesive on the top and bottom. Nothing on that long edge. Oops, guess I didn't hold that one long enough. I agree, Melanie. It's always good to have gift card holders on hand. And when you see these completed, you'll see that I'm making mine for Christmas, actually. But you can certainly use other sentiments for other occasions. Swap it out for any paper you have. I know you all have lots of pattern paper, right? If you're a paper crafter, I know you have plenty. Just like sewers, quilters, they never run out of fabric. We always need more, but we never run out, right? That small flap, Kathy, is 1 1/4 inches wide. So when you're scoring that 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece, you'll score at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. Some people will punch like a half circle, semicircle in the pocket front. Honestly, if you have a bigger pocket, sure, where the money or the gift card could be hidden, that's a good idea. If you're just doing a small pocket and the gift card, I'll put my gift card in this way or my cash in this way. So it'll be sticking out. So you really don't need that notch punched out. And some people just like the aesthetics of it. Okay, so this is what I have so far. The next thing I'm going to do is adhere my gold strips. And I like to do this after I've sealed the pocket or made the pocket, because then I use this folded edge and the right edge of the card base, and I center my strip that way. I'm going to switch adhesives here. So I can now just center that 1 inch strip, 1 inch by 4 inch strip between the outer right edge of my card base and this fold. Super easy. Here's a little PSA announcement for you, public service announcement for all you card makers and paper crafters. If you like using gold and silver foils or specialty papers for your holiday cards, please don't wait till November or December. These are products, the gold, the silver. We have the new gold mercury vellum. That may become very popular. Please don't wait until Thanksgiving weekend or beyond to order it. Order it early because those items are really popular. We never know. Stampin' Up! Does their best to predict how much inventory they need of each of the products, but that's a best guesstimate based on data. There's no guarantee, and people get sad when they can't get what they wanted, especially if they waited too long. So July is, I always think of Christmas in July. July is not too early to start thinking about your Christmas cards, gift card holders, Christmas crafts. I know many of you sell your crafts at craft fairs, and Fran, I did use a little bit of the mercury vellum. You can see it. It's one of the cards for my, oh, I guess that's, I need a reminder. One of my cards for my sophisticated sled class to go uses the gold mercury vellum. So you can get information about the class and you can see that card at stampinpiece.com. And I will try to remember to pull out the samples for that class at the end of this video. All right, so now I have this. The only thing missing is what? I need a basic white or light color cardstock for the inside to write my message, correct? So I've got those all ready. And these are 4-inch squares, okay? 4-inch by 4-inch. The green cardstock, Nancy, is Mossy Meadow. And you really could use any green that is in this Seasons of Green and Gold Designer Series paper. You just look at the back label and it will tell you all the colors in there. This would also be very pretty on a white card base or even a vanilla card base. Some of these real light shades in here are white, some vanilla. Could go both ways. How many of you have already started Christmas cards or Christmas crafts of any kind? And when you make your cards, do you make them all the same? Say, for example, you're sending out, we'll just use 100 because I used to send more than that, but I don't even send nearly that much now. But anyways, let's just say, for example, that you need 100 cards. Will you make all your Christmas cards the same? Or do you have different designs you use and make several different kinds? Or are you one that is everybody gets a different card, like 100% one of a kind, unique card? Because I know some of those people. Donna usually does about 125. Donna, that's a great idea to make 12 to 15 cards a month, because sometimes you're working on something and the project seems to go on forever and ever and ever. Fran, thank you for sending cards to the VA hospital. What a great great thing to do. You certainly are a difference maker. Make different ones. Some years all the same, some different. Okay. Make one special one each month. Oh, that's kind of cool. The cabin idea, I like that for people who actually live in a cabin style house. Mary Lou, all different. Okay, so we have that. The next thing I need to do is finish off with a sentiment, okay? And I just, for the sake of time, you know, I try real hard to respect people's time. And I certainly appreciate you spending some of your time with me. But I pre-stamped my sentiments. And I used It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year from the Greetings of the Season stamp set. Now this has some really cool dies that are part of the bundle. It's even got the little hole, so if you want to put some twine or linen thread or a thin ribbon through to hang, you can do that, or make a bow on it. All different sizes and shapes. Now this would have fit in this large one, possibly this one. I think it's a little tight, but possibly that one. But I just felt like this was a little too large on this 4x4 square. It would cover up most of that pretty DSP, and I wanted something a little different. So I chose to stamp the sentiment on these squares. These are 2 3/8 inch squares that were die cut using the second largest square from the Stylish Shapes dies. And now I need some dimensionals. Whoops. And again, you can see I'm just continuing with that assembly line style. I do one step 9 times, one for each of the cards, and then I move on to the next. And I could put this right in the middle. I could put it high, low, side, wherever. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to put it in this lower right-hand corner for something different. Actually, I could do them all that way, or I could put them in different places. So I'm going to do some this way. Okay, so that's 5 that way. So with the other 4, I think I will put the sentiment in a slightly different spot. Maybe, I don't know if I like it up there. I think I'll just do right in the center. By the way, if you have not heard me mention yet, postage is going up on July 14th. So it's just 4 days away. So please, please, please stock up on your postage stamps now before the price goes up. I think it's going up by 5 cents a stamp, which I'm not complaining. A postage stamp is still the least expensive way to stay in touch with people. So it is what it is, but I'm just giving you notice if you're not already aware that postage will go up on the 14th. I stocked up, and if you're somebody who likes fun, fancy stamps or different designs, I always buy mine, because I do. I always buy mine at USPS.com. You do pay a very small service fee. I think it was like, I don't know, like $2 or something, but I got almost $200 worth of postage stamps. But then you can go through and see the different designs and choose, and make sure you're choosing, if you're just buying general stamps, make sure you're choosing the forever, because they still work when the price increases. I think that's one of the best things the post office ever did, created those forever stamps. I always hated that when postage went up and I would have to put you know, 3 1-cent stamps on with my other postage. I always thought, kind of, I don't know, the envelope wasn't as pretty. That's just me. Okay. As I was talking, I thought, oh, I should show you a different way to use some of these embellishments. Now, these embellishments are also online exclusives. They are not in a catalog. They will not be in the September to December catalog. They are only in the online exclusive stores, just like the Seasons of Green and Gold suite. So they're called Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesive backed berries. So as you saw, some are connected in a set of 3, and then, and then you get the individual berries as well. So I like them both. I actually just ordered some more. I had to put in an order yesterday, and I stocked up on the gold because I use that a lot during the holiday season, even in the fall for what am I thinking? For Thanksgiving and fall cards, a lot of times I use gold with the fall colors, like the Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie, what else? Crushed curry, old olive, things like that. And the gold is always such a pretty accent for fall colors. Okay, how about, you need a word, right? Because I'm going to give away a couple of these cards. And you might be the lucky winner if you type in the comments now. How about this? I don't think we've done this. Greetings of the season. Did we do that yesterday or Tuesday? I can't remember. Anyways, we're doing it again. If I did it on Tuesday, we're using that again as our code word. Greetings of the season. So if you want your name to be entered into the drawing to receive one of the cards made in this Facebook Live, type in the comments now, greetings of the season. Okay. All right. Any questions about today's project or what you've seen, the products used, or just in general? I will just mention my registration is open for my Sophisticated Sled card class to go. And these are the card designs. Okay. In this class, you'll make 2 of each. That is the gold mercury vellum. Yes, Vesta. There's 3 different ones in the pack, I believe. And this is one of those. Really easy to work with. Okay. So if you're interested in my Sophisticated Sled class to go, you can get information at stampinpiece.com. You can purchase the class with or without the bundle. And the PDF only is also an option for you. Okay, and registration for that closes on the 14th. Okay, registration closes for that class on the 14th. Nancy, you certainly can. You know, maybe I should show that next week. Different ways you can stamp your envelopes and different ways you can decorate them with designer series paper or pattern paper that you have. In fact, I'm going to write that down, Nancy. I haven't done that for a while. So, I'll either do a Facebook Live or video showing DSP on envelopes and stamping on envelopes. Okay. Great question, Nancy. Great question. Thank you. And I will work on that sometime next week. All right, everybody. I wish you a fabulous weekend. Happy stamping. I hope you get to do some things you love and be with some people that you love. And I'm going to enjoy my girls' weekend in Gatlinburg with 4 friends, and I just have to water my plants, and then I'm going to jump in the car and drive down to Cincinnati and then stay with my friend, and we leave in the morning. All right, everybody, have a good weekend and happy stamping always.